Hi besties, welcome back to my channel, and thank you all so super much for watching my videos and for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment and share. So let's transform my beautiful client. She called and she said she wanted a very soft look for her pregnancy shoot. So let's glam her up together. First thing first, as always, start by cleaning your face. If you're doing it for yourself or your client's face, your model, start by cleaning the face using any micellar cleansing water of your choice. So for her, I use my Adventure micellar cleansing water with the aid of my wipe. Yeah, so I just pour some of the cleansing water on the wipe, and then I used to take off every dirt on her skin. So after that, I just dried up. Then I went in with my oil and sweat control from CPD. So she told me she sweat a lot and her face is a little bit oily, so I had to use the oil and sweat control so that it's going to minimize sweat production, right, and oil production. So after that, I dried up using my fan. Then I'm going in now with my Moist Essence moisturizer from Blossom Makeup. So after applying the moisturizer on her skin, I just use my hand to further press in everything. Then I dry up the Moist Essence moisturizer. So since she's going to be wearing the makeup all day, because she wanted to she booked the makeup for her shoot, and she also had other activities for that day. So I wanted to give her the hydration that was required for her look, right? So I went in my second moisturizer, which is the Snails moisturizer. So I still applied on her skin, use my hands to press it in. Can you see I'm using my fan? After every face prep product, make sure you dry it up with the fan. So for primer, I'm using my Miss Metic Aqua Grip primer. So I just applied all over the face except the under eye. So I use my flat brush again to press in. So once you are done spreading it all over the face, use your fan to dry it. Once it's dry, you see it becomes like sticky, tacky. Yeah, just like that. So after pressing it into her skin thoroughly, I just go in with my fan to make sure the product dries up, right, before I'm going in with my mattifying V Beauty primer. So for the primer, the matte primer, I just applied around the area which are capable of producing oil, such as the bridge of the nose, the forehead, the side of the nose, and the chin. So like somebody like me, for my face, the areas that producing sweat and the area which are always oily on my face are the side of the nose, the bridge of the nose itself, the forehead and the chin. Yeah. So after pressing it into her skin thoroughly, I lock in the face prep process using my Kiss Beauty setting spray. So for foundation, I'm using this V Beauty foundation. I mix the two shades to get her skin tone right. So after applying it, I just use my very damp beauty sponge. Can you see? I just press in, push the product gently into her skin, right? Gently. So as you can see, her face is looking darker than her neck. Her face is looking lighter than her neck. Her face is lighter, her neck is dark, and her body is lighter. So I'm just mixing the foundation in such a way that it's going to match her face, neck and body. So for the neck, I'm going to use the excess of the beauty sponge on foundation on the beauty sponge to just blend and calm around her neck. Can you see? That's how you should do it. So after blending in my foundation thoroughly, the next thing I'll be going in with is my contour. I'll be contouring her face. So for face contouring, we are using a foundation which is 2 shades darker than her skin. So can you see, at this point I was still blending the main foundation around the forehead, right? You're seeing for this contour now, I'm using my V Beauty, not V Beauty, sorry, Adventure foundation in the shade Espresso. So I'm applying underneath the cheekbone. Can you see? That is the cheekbone, and that's where the under of the cheekbone lies. The temple. Can you see? I'm applying around the temple, just like that. Then I'm going to apply around the side of the nose, but before doing so, I have to conceal it first so that it's going to give that pointed structure, right? So after blending thoroughly, I'm going in now with my blush. That's the next thing. So for blush, apply your blush on the cheek, and when blending, start blending from down to um bottom to top. Last, start blending. You're blending up or moving towards the direction of the temple, right? That's how it is. That's exactly how you should do it. So for concealer, I'm using my Skin Nuban Beauty concealer. I've forgotten the name of the shade, sorry. So I just apply around the under eye to hide. I want the under eye to be bright. That's why they call those area the highlighted area. That is the T-zone, the under eye, the forehead, the bridge of the nose. So after applying it, I'm going to use a clean, when I say clean section, when you have your beauty sponge, don't just mix, right? There should be one section that you use just for foundation, blush, and contour. Another section that you use to blend just the concealer. That's the highlighter. So can you see I'm using a clean section to blend my concealer. When blending around the under eye, always ask the client to look up, like at the ceiling, right? So that you can blend the other eye properly. You don't want any formation of crease line around the under eye, right? So can you see when I'm done with that, I go into the nose, blend everything, go to the forehead, blend and make sure everything is even. So after blending on the forehead, I'm using the side, the flat section of my beauty sponge to blend the lines separating the contour and the highlighter, right? So that there will be no demarcation. Can you see? So after blending that of the nose, now I'm going in with my nose contour. I'm using a foundation which is just one shade, because two shade darker will make it look, the nose looking too black. So I'm going in with one shade darker than her skin tone, right? So I lock in everything and melt down that powder effect using my Kids Beauty setting spray. So before setting the under eye, I still went further to use my beauty sponge to blend such that there will be no line, blend any formation of crease line. So for to set the face, I'm using my Miracle setting powder in the shade Cinnamon. So I'm using one layer of the setting powder. What does that mean? I'm using the same beauty sponge which I use in blending the highlighter, the damp beauty sponge. So when I pick up a setting powder with my beauty sponge, I just pat it on my hand so that the excess on the beauty sponge will fall off. Then I use now that one layer to just blend all the highlighted area, which are the under eye, the area which you previously highlighted with the concealer. Those are the area we want them to be bright. So I just press in everything. Can you see? Yeah. So after that, I'm going in with my powder for my VBT powder palette, which is equivalent to the skin tone, to just blend in everything, right? Can you see? I'm just blending everything except the highlighted area. I'm blending the blush region, the contour region, right? We want to fill the blank spaces. Everything that goes where the makeup has to go dry, right? So I still repeated the same thing for contour. Now I'm using my powder, my powder for contour again. I did same for the nose, contour the side of the nose to make her nose look, since my client is pregnant, her nose was looking really big, just to make her nose look smaller. That's why you have to take your time to contour the nose, right? After properly contouring the nose, I'm going to go in now with my Kids Beauty setting spray again, so to melt down the powder effect and to give it a skin-like finish look. That's the function of a setting spray. Use it during the makeup process to give your makeup a skin-like finish look, right? So to bake her face, I'm using my Miracle setting powder, the same setting powder in the shade Cinnamon, right? So when baking, I use 2 layers of the setting powder and make sure I leave a generous quantity around the other eye so that the moisture around the other eye can be absorbed. The excess eyeshadow fallout around the under eye can be easily taken off, right? So after that, I'm going to do reverse contour, which I'm using the same powder, setting powder, right, to do so. Can you see? Yeah, this is how you're expected to do yours. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to move straight to the brows.
Take